I was trained as a scientist, and I loved reading science fiction, and I loved science, so it just seemed natural. Well, my mother was a poet, and my grandmother, she was a writer. She wrote short stories, and she wrote also nonfiction, like the history of North Troy, Vermont. She also was the editor of Vermont Life, and she retired when she was 89 years old. And she inspired me more than anyone else. Well, dark energy is simply because the universe is expanding at an accelerating rate, and we don't understand what it means. We call it dark energy. Because it will take 70% of the equivalent of the mass. Energy and mass are related and can be transformed through E equals mc squared. So would be 70% of the mass of the universe. Dark matter, which is matter we can't see, but holds the galaxies together and the solar system. So these are the dark physics that we don't understand. We call them dark. But what happened is, under the laws of physics, if you have enough mass, it will hold the galaxies together. However, if you don't, they'll fall apart. They'll fly apart. And we don't have enough that we can measure, so we call it dark energy, because we can't see it. But we know it's there because it's holding the galaxies together. Well, Jennifer had a father whose hobby was astronomy, and she was taught a lot about astronomy when she was a child. But she got interested in time travel and wanted to understand. Her lover was killed, assassinated, and after that, she wanted to understand his work. He invented the time machine. And dark energy, and the theory of dark energy, is key to understanding time travel. Well, that's a good question. The universe, when we were years ago, we thought the Earth was the center of the universe. And then came along Kepler and Galileo, famous scientists, and they used their telescopes to tell us, no, it is actually the sun that's at the center of the universe, and we're revolving around it, and they're not circular, but we're in elliptical orbits. So what happens, if you look at it in the next phase, we thought the Milky Way galaxy was everything, but there were some of these dull stars that we could hardly see, but when we got better equipment, we saw that the galaxies, in fact, Hubble discovered that the galaxies, well, we were just one of millions and billions of galaxies. And today, with something called string theory, predicts that there's an infinite number of universes. So we're just one universe among an infinite number of universes. And therefore, this leads to the understanding of dark energy, particularly the expansion of the universe at an accelerating rate. And what I predicted is that it's actually the black holes that are producing space, and this space can escape from a black hole, but light can't. So in order to keep the universe expanding, the black hole continues to make space. And we have more and more black holes. Every second a new black hole is formed, or maybe every 2 seconds. And in this particular galaxy, we now have probably 100 billion black holes.